Beneath the rolling waves of the Atlantic, one of the ocean's most extraordinary creatures commands respect, the bluefin tuna. This is not an ordinary fish. Reaching up to 3 meters in length and weighing more than 600 kilograms, the bluefin is built for speed endurance and sheer power. With perfectly streamlined bodies, hard fins, and muscular tails, these giants can surge through the water at nearly 80 kilometers per hour. What makes them even more unique is their physiology. Unlike most fish, bluefin tuna can regulate their body temperature above that of the surrounding water. This ability, combined with their hydrodynamic form, allows them to travel incredible distances. Tagged bluefins have been recorded migrating more than 2,000 kilometers in just a few months, a marathon swimmer of the sea. Their habitat spans the entire Atlantic. On the eastern side, they range from the coasts of Norway down to West Africa. On the western side, they stretch from Brazil all the way to Newfoundland. They live at the surface, but also dive to depths of 1,000 meters, always following the delicate balance of currents and temperatures. Every summer, something remarkable happens. Bluefin tuna migrate toward the Mediterranean and select areas of the Atlantic to spawn. A single female can release up to 10 million tiny eggs each, no larger than a millimeter. Within just a few days, those eggs hatch into larvae, fragile but filled with potential. Growth is rapid. Within the first year, a juvenile already measures 50 centimeters. By the time they reach maturity at 4 to 5 years, they are more than a meter long and weigh around 40 kilograms. The bluefin's diet is as fierce as its speed. They hunt schools of herring, mackerel, and sardines, striking with violent precision. Unlike most fish that pump water across their gills, bluefins rely on ram ventilation, swimming with mouths open, forcing seawater over their gills to breathe. This means they must remain in motion constantly, a living symbol of endless motion and survival. But behind their strength lies a fragile story. Over the past century, bluefin tuna have become one of the most prized fish in the world. From sushi bars in Tokyo to gourmet restaurants in New York, their flesh is valued like gold. A single bluefin at auction has fetched millions of dollars, cementing its reputation as the world's most expensive fish. This immense demand, however, comes at a cost. Industrial fleets deploy massive nets and kilometer-long lines dotted with thousands of hooks. In their pursuit of tuna, countless other species are trapped as bycatch sharks, turtles, and seabirds, all caught in the collateral damage. Entire populations of tuna have been pushed to the brink. Once abundant in northern Europe, bluefins virtually disappeared from Danish waters in the late 20th century, victims of relentless exploitation. Today, international organizations warn that many tuna species are overfished. The bluefin is among the most vulnerable. Its slow reproduction cycle, making recovery painfully difficult. Conservationists urge consumers to choose only tuna, certified by independent bodies like the MSC, the Marine Stewardship Council, ensuring that the fish were caught responsibly without depleting fragile ecosystems. In the United States, tuna fishing has evolved into both an art and a high-stakes business. From the docks of New England to the Gulf of Mexico, American fishermen deploy powerful vessels equipped with sonar longlines and trolling systems designed to track the swift movements of bluefin tuna. Spotting one is like finding a moving shadow beneath the waves. A quick flash of silver and blue, followed by a burst of foam as the fish cuts through the surface. When hooked, the struggle is legendary. Bluefins are among the hardest fighters in the sea. They can strip hundreds of meters of line in seconds, testing the endurance of even the most experienced anglers. Specialized rods, reels with drag systems rated for hundreds of pounds, and fluorocarbon leaders are all necessary just to stand a chance. For many, the battle lasts hours. When finally hauled aboard, the fish's size and strength leave everyone humbled. But catching is only half the story. Once landed, each fish is carefully bled and chilled immediately. This isn't just about preservation, it's about quality. buyers demand absolute perfection. A single blemish or delay in cooling can drop the price drastically. For fishermen who depend on a good season, every detail matters. Beyond the harbors and auction floors lies another world. The kitchens where master chefs unlock the bluefin's full potential. Cutting a bluefin is a ceremony in itself. The fish's body yields different cuts, each with its own texture, flavor, and value. From the lean akami near the backbone to the rich chu toro along the belly, and finally the luxurious o toro, with marbled fat that melts on the tongue. Each slice tells a different story. In Tokyo's markets, a single portion of o toro can sell for hundreds of dollars. In upscale restaurants, the presentation is as important as the flavor. Chefs wield blades over a meter long, sliding them with precision to separate muscle from bone, revealing glistening ribbons of flesh. But the bluefin story is not only about indulgence, it is about culture, heritage, and survival. In Japan, sushi-grade tuna represents not just food, but artistry and national pride. In Europe and North America, tuna steaks, seared rare on hot grills, have become symbols of modern cuisine. Everywhere it travels, the bluefin carries with it the taste of oceans and centuries of human pursuit. The story of bluefin tuna cannot be told without addressing the global trade that surrounds it. Each year, billions of dollars are exchanged as this single species makes its way from fishing vessels to auction floors, then into the hands of chefs and consumers. In Tokyo's famous Toyosu market, it is not uncommon for the very first tuna of the year to sell for hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. The spectacle of the auction is more than commerce. It's a ritual signaling the start of another season and showcasing the cultural weight the bluefin carries. From Mediterranean purse-seine fleets to long-line vessels off the U.S. coast, different regions specialize in their own harvesting techniques. Once caught fish are flash frozen or carefully stored in icy seawater tanks. Cargo planes then fly them across continents within hours. What ends up as delicate sushi in Tokyo or a rare steak in New York often began its journey thousands of miles away, pulled from the depths of the Atlantic. But this scale of demand has created intense pressure. Bluefin populations, particularly in the Atlantic and Pacific, have faced steep declines. Decades of overfishing combined with the species' slow growth and late maturity mean that recovery is painfully slow. A fish that takes 10 years to reach full size cannot withstand uncontrolled harvesting year after year. Sustainability is now the defining challenge of the bluefin tuna story. International bodies like ICAT, the International Commission for the Conservation of Atlantic Tunas, have stepped in with quotas monitoring systems and seasonal bans. Satellite tagging projects trace migration routes, helping scientists understand spawning grounds and survival rates. Yet enforcement remains inconsistent. In some regions, illegal and unreported catches continue to slip through, undermining conservation efforts. At the same time, new solutions are emerging. Bluefin tuna farming, though still experimental, is showing promise. In Japan and Spain, researchers are closing the life cycle, raising tuna from hatchlings in controlled pens rather than relying on wild-caught juveniles. This breakthrough could eventually take pressure off natural stocks. Technology also plays a role. Blockchain traceability systems are being piloted to track each fish from sea to plate, giving consumers more confidence in the sustainability of their choices. And this is where the future of bluefin tuna lies in balance. It is a species of power, grace, and culinary prestige, but also one of fragility. If managed wisely, future generations will still marvel at its strength in the ocean and savor its richness on their plates. If not, it risks becoming yet another tale of human excess and ecological collapse. So whether you see bluefin as a fisherman's dream, a chef's masterpiece, or a symbol of conservation, its story is a reminder the ocean's gifts are vast, but not infinite, and protecting them is as important as celebrating them.